Hi everyone, as we are coming close to Valentine's, I thought I'd do a few Valentine's themed pictures, and this one is a little heart shaped picture in A Million Magical Creatures by Lulu Mayo, and I thought I would have a go at some of this. I won't get it all done in a video, but I thought it would be fun to make a start on it. Now we have quite a lot going on. I'm just trying to look at the picture and think about breaking it up into pieces. We have a little critter here with a long tail. I think he's a beaver, and then we have this frog, and we have another frog with a mermaid's tail, little ghosty type thing, a sloth looking creature, a cat, a winged frog, and another little ghosty thing, and then we have this sort of greenery with some flowers. So I thought we could do a few of the items. I've got my Staedtler Ergosoft because I think there's quite a nice variety of colour within this page that we can try that will suit the Ergosofts. So we'll make a start. I'm just looking. We have got some stars, and I'm going to do those first. In this colour, this is number 16. I'm a bit zoomed out. I will zoom in a minute, but the stars are quite far apart. So we have one here, look down here. Now you might want to do like a gold pen or something for these. I might change my mind and do that, but sometimes I just like to stick to pencil. And here. And the reason I'm just doing these first is because I'm pretty sure that that's the colour I wanted to do. And I want to sort of make it stand out so it works. Now I'm going to do this flower here next, so I'm going to zoom in. It looks like a sort of lantern, but it's a flower, so I thought it's quite interesting. So it's sort of emitting light, so what I'm going to do is grab number 11 to start with, which is a very sort of orangey yellow, and do this bit. It looks like it might be the bulb, as if it's a lamp. And then take number 1, which is a lighter yellow, and do a sort of outward projection of light. I'm doing it quite roughly, like that, so it looks like it's shining. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a background or not yet. So, but that just works, I feel, anyway, either way. Now the flower, I want to do it pink. I think it'll work well with the greens that we're going to have for the frogs and things like that. So I'm just looking at which pink. There are several combos. I think I'm going to do this very dark magenta-y pink, which is the 61 to start with. And I'm going to use that at the top. Oops, don't go over the lines like I did, that isn't part of the plan. And also a little bit at the bottom. It's a little bit different for this one. Sometimes I do either top or bottom, but this time we'll do both in a slightly darker. Try and fade that magenta a little, like that. And then grab the lighter pink, which is the number 20, and go over and extend that colour a little bit. I think pink is quite a nice colour for Valentine's. I know we have a lot of red, don't we? But it can be quite harsh. Well, I might do a red background on this heart, but I'm not sure. So I'm trying to make it a little bit lighter in the centre. There we go. Now I think we've got one more flower. Just looking. No, we've got 2 more flowers, which are here and here, and they will be done in the same way. I'm not going to demo that. There's too much going on for me to be able to do the whole picture, so I'll just tell you what I would do. So we'll do dark, the number 61, at the very bottoms and under these petals, and then the lighter one on those folded over parts and the centre. Okay. Now I'm going to do a frog, Which one shall I do? I think rather than use a giant one, which is going to take time, I'm going to do this slightly smaller one, and he will be the same, okay? And their tummies, I'm going to leave white, okay, because I think that will work. And the same on the little beaver, he can't see. I'm going to leave his tummy white. But this one here, he hasn't got a tummy showing. It's not drawn in, so I'm going to do him green. But I'll show you this guy. And green, I think the Froggie greens, let me think, what should we do? Yeah, let's do this. Let's do, oops, number 52 to start with. This is going to be our darkest green. And we're going to do this around the bottom here where there's going to be some shadow from that flower. Like that. And on this edge here, I'm going to try and sort of fade it as I go, so it's darkest just along here, and that will contrast more with this white. I'm going to fade it down a bit and add in another colour. I'm going to add this, put this colour all over, but just a lot less in that area. And we'll put another colour in a minute. This hand we mustn't forget. Is that all of him? Yeah. And then I am actually going to use this colour, which is number 57, and I'm going to go over all that I've done so that it blends in nicely. And he will go a little bit more yellowy. Result of this colour being added in, put it in there as well. Oh, sorry, the camera focused on my hand then, didn't it? That wasn't very nice. I'm going to try and go a little bit darker in those areas I want to be darker. Emphasise that, because I think he'd be a bit shiny. You could put some white on, you could leave some white, or put a white line on. If you want to really make him look very shiny. I think this is okay for me to do it like that. It's a bit stripy there. Let's just try and get rid of that. I'm happier with that. Okay, so there's one of our frogs, and the others will all be done with the same. So him in a very similar way, and that little bit there in green. And we have, oops, we have this frog here. Now he'd be done in the same greens, but we've got this the mermaid's tail, which is, I say he, she, we have the mermaid's tail, which I will do in, I've got to think, because we have these leaves as well, so I can't have the same green as I'm going to do for these. So I think I will do it very similarly. So using this green, which is the number 57 that we used already here, for the darkest part of the here, and then fading like this. Actually, I might only use this colour. There isn't much room for a second one. Can you see? So just doing a darker application at the top and fading towards the bottom, and in fact leaving some white is absolutely fine. Like this. All the way through. Now the little ghosts I'm thinking of while I'm just finishing this little bit, I don't think I want to leave them white, although we've left the bellies of the frogs white. I could do, but I have to do a background if I do that, but that's okay. But I was thinking I might do them very light pink. Oh, one thing we need to do is the tail. I think I will just do a light layer of this, like that, and then just grab that, oops, number 52, that we're going to be using for the body. Just to do, where should we go? We'll do the outside a little bit, just a touch. Yeah, it just looks a little bit different, like that. Really simple. See, I'm thinking, should we do the ghost? Oops, the ghost, whatever that is, and the sloth all in the same colour. I was thinking pink, but we've used pink for the flower. I don't want to introduce too many different colours into this. So what about a lilac? Maybe a lilac would be nice. So we've got this lilac. This is a 62. It's our sort of light purple. And I'm thinking to try it on here and see how it looks. Cute, isn't it? I think what we need to do is just put a little bit of darker colour where we're near to the leaves, so there's some sort of, where there'd be some shadow, like that. And the ghost, I'm thinking just a really pale, all over, purpley colour. Like that. The same for this, can you see? Just to sort of tie it all together, match them up. And here we have a cat. I think I'll do the cat a different colour. So I'm thinking beaver and cat may be the same colour, but I'm just wondering what colour they are. So I'm just going to put them into my put it into my search engine and look. I'm hoping grey, because I think that will match. Oh, my keyboard doesn't want to type. Oh, I put it too far. It's a wireless keyboard. It's too far away. So you hear me typing. So let's see what comes up. I'm hoping we might be able to get away with greys, because I think it will work better with these soft colours compared to a brown. But maybe it doesn't really matter. But I'm just going to have a look at some images, because I don't want it to look totally weird. They are brown, aren't they? Well, sloths aren't purple. So maybe we'll go with grey. I decided. So I'm going to go with my lightest grey, number 80 for the body. And as I said, I'm going to leave this bit white. Now this Froggie here, I don't know what this line is across here. I think it's braces. He's got a bow tie and he's got trousers on. So I'm going to do just a light layer. So I'm thinking, he's got trousers on. What's he? What are his trousers going to look like? Are they going to be? Are they going to be a bright colour? Are they just going to be green? What shall I do? We haven't got any blue in our picture yet, so I could do that. What do you do? Have a think. It was easy to think about the colours, isn't it? Especially when you've not done haven't done it. Or what I would suggest if you were in this situation. I'm just trying to work out. That's the frog's foot. I'm not going to colour that grey. And the tail I'm going to do in this darker grey, number 8. But oops, there you go. But I'm going to try and keep it light still. I don't want a really dark colour. I'm going to go over the top of all of the black as well, so that I get in between all the bits. I think it's fine. It won't sort of fade it. And here, if you were a bit liney, doesn't matter. It's sort of fur, isn't it? And see how I've got my pencil on its side a little bit. I'm holding it quite far away from the tip, so I can get a fairly even colour coming out. Like this. Now the cat, I think I have decided how I'm going to colour the cat. Now let's finish the tail. There we go. I'm just going to go over a few bits that don't look quite as dark. Make it slightly more even, but I don't really want it really dark. As you can see, it's quite pale. Now here's our cat. I'm going to use this dark colour for the spots. Like that and like that. Oh, and here. There we go. And then the light grey, just put that one away, number 80 for the main body of the cat. Again, and the tail, really light. I'm not going to think about shading at the minute. We might do a little bit in a moment. Didn't do any on the beaver at all. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll try and keep my hand out of shot. It stops the camera doing that nasty focusy thing. There he is. It's cute, isn't he? And I think I might just go a little darker along the edge of the flower. A little bit here. It may not even really show up very much. There we go. And I'm wondering if I want any shading on him. I think I do, because we've got a bit on this frog. So I'm thinking maybe he'll be a little bit dark on this side. So I'm just going to add an extra layer. You don't have to do this. I like him as he is. You could put some of the darker colour on, but I don't want it to get too dark in this area because I want the tail to stand out as a different colour and I don't want the tail really dark. So there we go. There he is. Now what have we got left? We do have a couple of musical instruments. If we look, we have a tambourine here and we have a pair of maracas here and we have these trousers. So I'm going to do some blues for those. So I don't want to go too dark, so I'm picking the very lightest blue, which is number 30. I don't know if you can see that very well, it's a bit white, isn't it? And I'm going to do the main part of the maracas. What I'm going to do is make it a little bit dark on the edges and lighter towards the middle to try and make it look a bit more spherical, because maracas aren't flat. I don't know if it will really work on this very small picture. But we'll have a try. So a little bit darker here and here. And that's there, like that. And oh, tambourine. I know tambourines aren't, these bits are usually little mini metallic cymbals. We'll make it blue anyway and it'll just tie it in, and we're going to do a blue every other stripe on the trousers in blue. So I'm still thinking about the background as I go. I'd quite like to do a background in just because we've got a few bits of white and I want them to stand out. So I'm not sure yet. So that bit, that's a bit of leaf. Yeah, I think we're fine there. So that's that blue, and I'm going to use this one here, which is the number 63, to do the other details. So the centre of the tambourine, I'm just going to do quite lightly like that. I don't want it to be dark. It's fairly dark blue. And for these, again, a little bit dark on the outside, less towards the centre, and the same from there. You can even leave a little white gap in the middle if you want to, although it might make them look a bit shiny, but perhaps that's okay. And then the trousers, the other stripes. I hope this works when we've got the green Froggie. I think they look a bit like pyjamas now. It's not quite what I was going for. He's supposed to be smart. Look, he's got his bow tie on. Hopefully he'll look okay. Oh wow. We'll see. We'll see what happens. There he is. Now when you colour him in, remember he's got a leg down there. Don't miss that out. Okay, now I'm just going to zoom out so you can see where I'm going next. We have leaves, obviously lots of leaves. We're going to concentrate on those in a moment. We have berries and we have a circle here, which I'm going to do the same colour as the berries, but I haven't decided what colour yet. I think the leaves I will do in the slightly, yeah. So this is very blunt, this pencil, but never mind. This is number 5. I'm going to use this for the main parts of the vines. Oh, it's going out of the line because it's so blunt. So main parts of the vines, just plain like this, yeah. And for the bottoms of each leaf. So starting off fairly dark and then reducing the amount. I'm going to take it all the way to the tip just because the lighter colour that I'm going to be using is quite a different shade. So it might be difficult to blend it in if we don't have both colours on top of each other. I'm actually going to use this, oh, I can't get it out of the tray. It doesn't want me to use it. Number 50. And with the 50 I start at the tip and then just colour all the way down. Probably not all the way down actually, just to there, about there. Okay, and so that's how the leaves are going to look. So hopefully they look quite different to the frog, hopefully, or a bit different enough to the Froggie. And then berries and dots. What should we do? Let's have a little look. I'm not going to go in for any orange, I've decided, so I'm going to use a purple. This is a darker purple, number 6. And for the berries, I'm just going to keep it really simple. I'm not going to press mega hard. I'm just going to do a circle around the edge. And then bring that in, lightening as I go. Like that. It's a little bit dark on the outside. And then these dots I should just do with an evenish layer because they're quite small. Like that and that and that. No, there's quite a few, isn't there? Now I've definitely decided that I want the background colour to be red. We have a red in this Ergosoft set. Now if you've got the smaller Ergosoft set you won't have the red. You could use any other red, but I'm just thinking Valentine's red. I do have a few pinks, but I think they'll be too close to these flowers. So I think the red is going to work. I'll show you a little bit. Here it is. Ooh, it doesn't want to come out of the tray. It is number 29. Okay, we'll do a bit here. Now I'm going to stay in, I'm not going to put it in there. I'm going to just do the very centre and try to get a light, even covering. It's quite tricky with a large area. But if you're not confident, you could always use a pen. The Poscas have got a red, but I think that would be really brash and bright. It might work brilliantly, but I'm not sure. I'm not confident enough to try it. So that's why I've gone for pencil. You could also think about whether to do a black. I think that might work behind these pastels. That's another idea. I mean, one way, I don't really know if this is allowed, but you could photocopy the page, try out different backgrounds, and then go for the one you like the best. As long as you throw away your photocopies, I think it's okay. but I don't know, because really, you know, copying any page is against the copyright of the artist, I think. But it would just be, or you could, I know, a better way. Get a small piece of paper and do it on that, and then hold it on the page. And then you could sort of try and imagine. But of course, if you've got a sort of one of those minds where you can picture things, you can probably imagine it yourself. Whereas I can't do that. My mind won't do that. I can't see, I can't visualise things very well at all. So I have to just cover it and hope it works. Now this light red looks quite pinky, and I'm quite happy about that. I didn't want it to be really, really dark. I hope it's going to work, but I'm going to leave you now and finish this off and do a photo for you, because, oh, there's one, no. The sloth's face. I don't want him to be white on his face. I think that with his eyes, I think we need some other colour. So actually, ooh, yeah, I'm going to go with the light pink. I didn't want to introduce a new colour. So number 20. And I'm going to try it really gently, just so there's a little colour there. I think it will match, you see, with the purple. Like that, there he is. So cute. So there we go. So that should be enough for you to complete the page if you want to, or just give you a few ideas really. As I usually do, I will complete all the details and put a picture at the end so you can have a look and see what you think. So I hope that's okay for you. I hope you have a really, really lovely day. Thank you so much for watching, and happy colouring.